As you know, it is our practice to have at every Shabbat service someone to share a personal prayer with us. And I am honored to invite Tina Odim to share her personal prayer.
Shana Tova, Gemar Tov, everyone. Tradition, the opening number in Fiddler on the Roof, and for many non-Jews, this serves as an introduction into what us mystical ancient people are all about. And it is true. Jews love our traditions. It's something that we celebrate and are proud of. Indeed, sticking to our beliefs and who we are in the face of persecution and non-acceptance is a great achievement of ours. So what do a people of tradition do when it's time to change? How do we face that challenge? One Saturday, Rav Claudia remarked that Yom Kippur is not actually a time to be sad, it is to be happy. It is a time of year that reminds us that true change is possible. I've always had change in my life. I'm an adoptee. The first thing that happened to me in my life was a tremendous amount of change. But that happened to me, and it was for the better. But Yom Kippur asks us for a different kind of change. We aren't just changing our hairstyle, we're asked to change our behavior, our approach. The changes you make inside, the changes you make to yourself, that can be the scary stuff. Some quick examples of how I've shifted my approach in the past couple years. This is in no way an exhaustive list. I am now more open about my spirituality and my belief in God outside my family. I stopped leaning so heavily on my tomboy persona, which is partly true, but it allowed me to connect with a more vulnerable and feminine side of myself, a side that includes dating. I think my mom's about fell over with shock in that one. I've said no more at work, and I don't work on Shabbos. Here's what came up for me while making those changes. I don't want to change. Will it be worth it? What if people still expect me to be the old me? Will people read this change in me as sincere, or will I look wishy-washy? And maybe my biggest fear, if I change, will I be recognizable to the people who love me and to myself? Will we still be able to connect? What if our relationship is predicated on their like of or connection to an aspect of me that I'm changing? How will I relate to myself and others after undergoing these shifts? By changing, am I betraying the person I once was, discarding what was important to her? Am I disparaging her? Recently, and especially during Elul, I did some reading, and I leaned in during therapy, and I remembered who I am and who we are as Jews. We are a people of tradition, yes, but we are also a people of change. We made matzah instead of bread when the time called for it, and in the wake of destruction of our holiest of holies, we traded sacrifices for Saturday morning services. I now realize that change is not a betrayal of who we once were. It allows us to keep the things that are important to us at the forefront while adapting to new circumstances, making room for new lessons and life experiences. And the people who truly love us love all of us, including our capacity and potential to change. So my prayer is this. May it be your will that we find acceptance in our own hearts and minds and in the minds of those in our community for the changed versions of ourselves, even if things feel unfamiliar at first. May we move forth in a way that honors who we are and who we once were. And let us say, Amen. Good morning.